Hello friends and assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel. I'm your designing developer. My name is Inshal Beg. I am a full stack developer and graphic designer. Today I will show you how to build one Google search engine project in artificial intelligence in Python. And I hope you will also enjoy this project like I enjoy my previous projects of Python in artificial intelligence and in data sciences. But first of all, you have to just hit the subscribe button. Then after that, you have to also hit the notification bell from which you will be getting all the notifications of my video when I will be uploading. From that, it will be also help for you and it will be also help for me. And from that, you will be learning more new things, more new clones and more new projects which I'll be uploading in future. And that will be really also really helpful for you in your professional life. So now we'll be starting with our projects which is called Google search engine in artificial intelligence. So for building this project, first of all, you have to do one thing. So now here, first of all, for building that, you have to do one thing. Just you have to delete some of the files which we are just getting here by just pressing right click, and then you have to just press delete, or you can also press delete button from your keyboard to just delete that thing. So simply I'll be pressing delete from here to delete that. You have to check that both box and press OK. So just do that and you can see your both files have deleted. So now you have to do one thing, like you have to go to your Python package here which is at the top. Then you have to press right click on that and hover on new, and then when you will be just hovering on that, so you will be containing many of the files, like you will be having file, new, scratch file, directory, Python package, Python file, HTML file, editor, config file, and resource bundle you will be containing. So now we will be working with Python file, so you can just open your Python file. But if you want to just work with this project in HTML file, you can do that. But for that you can use any other text editor, because you can also use HTML in that, but it will be not really good enough HTML, because this text editor is only made for Python, and you can work here with Python which should be really good for you. In HTML, if you want to work, so you can just use any other text editor like VS Code, Atom, Sublime Text, or any other. But for working with Python, you can use this PyCharm text editor, which is really good for beginners. And if you are just intermediate or advanced level Python programmer, so you can use VS Code here to work with, because for that, from that you will be knowing all the things there if you want to just know about. So when you've done with that, just press Python file here. Then you can see when you will be pressing, so it will be asked to give your Python file name, which what should you want to give. So here we are building Google search engine, so just I'll be writing Google, and I'll be just writing .py. If you want to write, you can do that, but simply I'll be pressing enter, because if I don't write that, so it will be automatically create my file into Python file. So press enter now, and you can see your file has been created into Python file. So just you have to zoom in, so I can just see my code. So I can zoom in, and you can also see my codes when I'll be zooming. And here we are building this Google search engine log, like the front end, we are just building the back end. We are building the back end things which we want to just create in our Google search engine, and what things you will be containing in Google search engine. We are not building it like in front end like this Google. If I show you, so just I'll be closing this, and then if I show you the Google, so here we are not building like this search engine Google. We are just only building the Google backend things which we need to work with. So I'll be showing you how to do. First of all, you have to do one thing, like you have to just come here, and then I'll be doing one thing, like here I'll be coming, and here I'll be just opening my folder, and then I'll be just opening local disk E here. And when you've done with that, just you have to open this sentiment analysis file, and then I'll be just opening this sentiment analysis.py, because here we have to work with this folder which we have to work with. So you can see we are containing these things here. So when you've done with that, just I'll be zoom in, so you can see that. Now here I'll be coming, then I'll be importing some of the things, like I'll be importing pandas as pd. Then just come here, right here, like import numpy as np. So when you've done with that, just here I'll be now coming, then I'll be moving forward there, changing that to like import, and here I'll be writing, like you can say that to like pandas which we have just already done. So just write here like import pickle as, and then you have to only write that. So just write that like import date time, and here when you've done with that, just write as dt. So just come here and then write here import time. So when you've done with that, just you have to go here to file and press save button here. So when you've done with that, just I'll be now coming underneath, and then if I move to sentiment analyzer.py file, so you can see we are containing these things, but I'll be not needing, so I'll be closing this. Then I'll be moving here and going back on this file. Then I'll be just moving to this file, this folder you can say. Then I'll be scrolling down, and you can see you will be containing this test model.py file. So just open that and move that to your PyCharm text editor. So you can see we are getting these things, so you have to work with that thing. So now I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming here and then zoom in, then here I'll be just changing that to this tree strings, then come underneath, and again you have to press enter at the top. Then just right here run this script, then just I'll be moving forward, and here I'll be writing that to like to test your, so just write that to like to test your, and then I'll be just moving forward, and here I'll be writing model in your game. So when you've done with that, just here I'll be moving forward, and you can see there it is written in real time. So just I'll be writing that, and when you've done with that, just here I'll be moving forward, and you can see here it is written like make sure your, and here if I just move here, so you can see there it is written make sure you, and then if I just come underneath, so you can see there it is written select your game window. So here I'll be writing select your game window. So just I'll be writing that, then I'll be just moving forward there, then writing that to like after, and when you've done with that, just I'll be writing anything, and just I'll be moving forward again, then here I'll be writing this script, then I'll be just writing dot. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now coming underneath here, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now coming here, and you can see there it is written def straight. So just I'll be now coming here, and then I'll be writing def, which means like defined type, then I'll be writing straight, and here I'll be just writing this bracket here, and when you're done with that, just here I'll be writing semicolon, then coming underneath, just print this straight here by writing one string here. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now coming underneath, and then writing that to like press. So here I'll be writing press key. So here I'll be writing that. Now I'll be just writing this bracket, then I'll be writing W, and then I'll be now coming underneath, and here you have to just do one thing, like I'll be coming here, and you have to just define release key also here. So just I'll be writing release key, and when you've done that, just I'll be now coming here, and then here I'll be writing A. So now I'll be just coming underneath, and then I'll be changing that to like release key again. So just write that, and now here I'll be writing this bracket again, then I'll be changing that to D. So you can see we have defined that all things, and when you've done with that, I'll be now coming underneath, and when you've done with that, just I'll be doing one thing, I'll be pressing backspace here, then right here tab left means define left, and here I'll be writing this bracket, writing semicolon, then I'll be coming underneath, and here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be moving to test model.py file, then here I'll be printing left first of all. So just print that here, but should be in one string which we have to define. So when you've done with that, just here I'll be now coming underneath, then write that to like press key, and here you have to just write this bracket here, and if I just move, so you have to just write W here, and then right here also press key, but now here I'll be writing A. So when you've done with that, just here I'll be doing one thing now, write that to like time dot sleep, write this bracket here, and then I'll be writing 0.1. You have to just come underneath again, then I'll be writing release key. So just I'll be writing that, and when you're done with that, just here I'll be writing this bracket right here A. So when you're done with that, just here I'll be now coming underneath, and when you're done with that, just you have to write def right, which means define right, then I'll be writing this bracket, write this semicolon, then coming underneath, and here I'll be writing print right, which should be in one string, so you have to print that, and when you're done with that, just here I'll be now coming underneath and changing that to like press key. So here I'll be writing that, and when you're done with that, just here I'll be now writing this bracket, then I'll be writing W, and here you have to write press key, then I'll be making this bracket again, changing that to like D. So when you're done with that, just now here I'll be coming underneath, and then I'll be writing time sleep again. So just write that, and when you've done that, just I'll be now coming here, then writing that to like 0.1. So here when you've done with that, just I'll be now coming here, then I'll be changing that to like release key. So just write that here, and when you've done that, just release key should be D. So here we have done that. Now I will be just coming underneath again, and you can see there it is written define main. So just I'll be writing that, then just write this bracket, then I'll be just coming underneath and change that to like countdown. So just write here, and when you've done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing now. Here you have to come, then make this bracket here, and when you've done with that thing, just I'll be writing 5, and when you've done with that thing, just I'll be now coming underneath and then write that to like post equal, and here I'll be changing that to like false, and when you've done with that, just I'll be now coming underneath again, then I'll be changing that to like while true, and when you've done with that thing, just I'll be making this semicolon here, then I'll be writing that to like if not post. Then when you've done with that things, I'll be now coming here, and you can see there it is written this line, then I'll be writing screen. Then when you've done with that, just I'll be now coming here, and you can see there it is written equal grab screen. So just I'll be writing equal grab screen. Then when you've done with that, just I'll be now coming here, and you can see there it is written like region. So here I'll be writing that. Then I'll be writing equal to. When you've done with that, just here I'll be now writing 270 comma. Then I'll be just moving forward, and you can see there it is written 250, 650 comma. Then there it is written 450. So when you've done with that thing, just I'll be now coming underneath, and there it is written like mini map. So here I'll be writing equal graph, and here I'll be writing screen. So when you've done that, just here I'll be now writing this bracket, write that to like region equal. Then just make this bracket again. Then here you can see there it is written 100, 390 comma. Then there it is written like 230 comma 490. So when you've done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming underneath, write that to like screen equal. Then I'll be just coming underneath again. Then you can see there it is written cv2 dot resize, and here I'll be now making this bracket here, and then I'll be writing screen comma, and then I'll be changing that to like this bracket and change 200 comma 80. So when you've done with that, just here I'll be writing screen equal cv2 again dot resize. Then here I'll be just moving and changing that to like cvt color, there it is written. So here I'll be writing that. So when you've done with that thing, just I'll be writing this bracket here, and when you've done with that, just I'll be writing screen comma, and then there it is written like VG. And if I show you, so you can see there it is written cv2. So here I'll be writing cv2 dot VG, and here you can see there it is written cv2 color. Okay, so there it is written color underscore VGR, and if I just move here, so you can see there it is written VGR2 RGB. So when you've done with that thing, just I'll be now coming underneath, and when you've done with that, just here I'll be changing that to like screen equal. Then I'll be just changing that to screen dot reshape. Then when you've done with that, just I'll be making this bracket here, and when you've done that, just here I'll be writing 1 comma 80, and then I'll be writing this comma again. Then here I'll be writing 200 comma 3. So when you've done with that things, here I'll be now coming right dot s type. Then I'll be making this bracket here, and when you've done with that, just here I'll be writing np dot float. And when you've done with that, just here I'll be now coming and then changing that to like 32. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now coming underneath, then I'll be writing like mini map. So just I'll be writing that, and here I'll be now writing equal to, and then when you've done with that, just I'll be writing cv2 dot resize. Then I'll be writing this bracket here, and when you've done with that, just here I'll be writing mini map. And when you've done that, just I'll be now coming here and comma, and then I'll be writing 50 comma 50. Then I'll be now coming underneath and changing that to like mini map. So just I'll be writing that. Here I'll be now writing comma cv2 dot, and here when you've done that, just I'll be coming here, and you can see there it is written cvt color. Then I'll be just writing this bracket here and writing that to like mini map comma again. Then here I'll be just coming after write that to cv2 dot color bgr2 rgb. Then I'll be just coming underneath again, write that to like mini map equal. Then I'll be writing cv2 dot cvt color. So when you've done with that thing, just I'll be now coming here, and you can see there it is written mini map. And here I'll be now just coming here and changing that to dot reshape, and then I'll be writing this bracket. And when you've done with that thing, just I'll be now coming here, then writing 1 comma 50 comma 50 and 1. So when you've done with that thing, just I'll be now coming here dot s type. Then I'll be writing this bracket here again. Then I'll be just moving here, write that to like np float 32. And when you've done with that, just I'll be now coming underneath, and then I'll be writing screen equal. Then I'll be just writing this multiply sign thing. So here I'll be raising and then writing here. So when you've done that, just I'll be moving forward, and you can see there it is written 1/255. Then I'll be coming underneath, writing screen. Then I'll be writing this multiply sign, and here I'll be writing 1, and here I'll be writing 255. So I'll be now coming underneath, and when you've done with that thing, just you can see there it is written prediction. So here I'll be writing that, and when you've done that, just now I'll be doing one thing, like here I'll be writing equal to. Then I'll be changing that to like drive net. So here I'll be writing that, and here I'll be writing equal to. And when you've done with that, just there it is written dot predict, and here I'll be now writing this bracket. And when you've done with that, just here I'll be now writing this screen comma, and when you've done that, just I'll be coming here, writing that to like mini map. Then I'll be just coming here, and when you've done with that, just I'll be writing region here. So when you've done that, just I'll be now coming here, write that to like decoded equal. Then I'll be just coming here, and there it is written decode it. So when you've done with that, just here I'll be now coming and then I'll be changing that to like CrashNet. So here I'll be writing that, and then when you've done with that things, here I'll be now coming then writing that to like predict, and when you've done that, just here I'll be now writing this bracket, and then I'll be changing that to screen. So when you've done with that things, here I'll be now coming then changing that to like square bracket 0. So when you've done with that, just here I'll be writing MSE equal, then I'll be changing that to like np dot mean, and here when you've done with that thing, just I'll be now writing this bracket, and here I'll be writing that to like screen. So here I'll be writing that. When you've done with that, just here I'll be now writing this minus decoded. So when you've done with that, just here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming here, and then I'll be changing that to like this time 2, and now I'll be just coming underneath, and when you've done with that thing, just I'll be coming here and writing if dot np, and when you've done with that, just here I'll be now coming, and then I'll be writing np dot argmax, and then I'll be writing this bracket here. When you've done with that, just I'll be writing prediction, and when you've done with that things, here I'll be now coming, then I'll be writing equal 0, then I'll be just coming underneath here, and when you've done with that, just here I'll be writing left, and then I'll be now writing this bracket here, and when you've done with that, just here I'll be writing elif, and here it is written np dot argmax, then I'll be writing this bracket here, and if done with that, just there it is written prediction, then I'll be writing equal, then I'll be just moving forward, and you can see there it is written 1. So I'll be now coming underneath, then you can see there it is written straight, then I'll be writing this bracket, and here I'll be now writing this elif tag again, then here I'll be writing np dot argmax, then I'll be writing prediction, here I'll be just writing that, then I'll be just writing equal 1. So when you've done with that, just here I'll be now writing 2, and I'll be just writing this semicolon, then coming underneath writing right, and just I'll be writing this bracket here. So when you've done with that thing, just if I scroll down, you can see there it is written like if MSE. So just I'll be writing if MSE, then if I just move, so you can see there it is written like equal threshold. So just when you've done with that, if I just move here, so you can see there it is written like this thing. So here we have written that all things. Now I'll be writing this bracket and this semicolon coming underneath, writing print tag, then just write F warning. So just write correctly. So when you've done with that, just I'll be writing warning, then I'll be coming here, it should be in capital. So here I'll be writing that, and when you've done that, just you have to write this setting. Okay, so you have to write exclamation mark, then I'll be moving second file, and you can see there it is written MSE. So here I'll be writing that, then just write this semicolon again, then if I move, so you can see there it is written like MSE again, which should be in small, then there it is written this dot 4F. So just write that, then I'll be just coming underneath, then just write with sound dot, if I move to that, so you can see there it is written B. So just write that, then just I'll be making this bracket here, and when you've done that, then there it is written 1000,25, then I'll be just moving forward, and you can see there it is written a tag which will be like this frequency. So here I'll be writing that. So when you've done with that, just I'll be writing duration, and when you've done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be coming here, then I'll be just moving and writing F here. So when you've done with that, just you have to save here by going to file and press save button. So you can see we have just done with that. So when you've done that, just I'll be now doing one thing, like coming underneath, and here I'll be pressing backspace, then here also, then right here keys which should be in small, so here I'll be writing equal to, then when you've done with that, just here I'll be writing key checks, here I'll be writing, then I'll be making this bracket here. When you've done with that, just here I'll be now coming underneath, writing if, and I'll be just moving forward, and when you've done with that, just here I'll be writing now if E, so it should be in capital, then I'll be writing in keys, and when you've done with that, just here I'll be now coming, then you can see there it is written semicolon if paused, then here I'll be now coming, then you can see there it is written like paused equal false. So here when you've done with that, just now I will be coming here, and you can see there it is written print, then I'll be writing here like this semicolon, or you can say this tag, then here I'll be writing paused, and now I'll be writing this exclamation mark, then here I'll be writing time sleep, then just I'll be writing this bracket, writing 1 here, then writing here like else, then just I'll be writing semicolon coming underneath, writing print, and here I'll be writing pausing, then I'll be just coming underneath, and you can see when you've done with that, just here I'll be writing paused, and here I'll be writing equal to. So when you've done with that, just here I'll be now coming underneath, writing that to like release key. So just I'll be writing that. So when you've done with that, here I'll be writing equal, and then you can see there it is written like A. So just I'll be writing that. Then just write release key again, and here I'll be now writing this bracket. Then I'll be writing W. Then I'll be writing release key, and here I'll be changing that to like, first of all I'll be writing E here. Then I'll be now coming. Then I'll be changing that to like D. So when you've done that, just I'll be now coming underneath, writing time dot sleep, and here I'll be now writing this bracket, writing 1. So when you've done with that, just you have to move here, and you can see we have done with that. So when you've done with that, just you have to come here, press backspace, save here, and when you've done with that, just you have to do another thing like, now here you can see we have just defined that all things. Just I'll be moving to test underscore model.py file. Now we have to define this dn underscore path file which we have to define. So here I'll be now coming, then just I'll be changing that to like this, and then just you have to write this thing in capital. So just I'll be now writing equal to, then I'll be moving forward, and you can see there it is written like model. So here I'll be now writing, then just I'll be writing this backslash is here, then just write here like drive net. When you've done with that, just I'll be moving here, and you can see we have just written that all things. Just write 158, then just write here like 5672. So just you have to write same number which is just written here, so we can define. Then I'll be writing underscore here, then just write 0.164. So when you've done with that thing, just I'll be now moving here, then just write 0. And then when you've done that, just I'll be moving to like line 43, just write backslashes here, and when you've done that, just write here like model dot h5. So here when you've done that, just I'll be doing one thing like, I'll be coming here, writing drive net equal, then I'll be just moving forward, and you can see there it is written like load underscore model. Then I'll be just moving here by writing this bracket, then you can see there it is written like dn path. So just I'll be writing that underscore path. So just write that here. So when you've done with that thing, just I'll be now coming here, and you can see we have just written that all things. Now I will be writing cn underscore path, and I'll be just writing equal to. Now when you've done with that, just here I'll be now writing this string, then write that to like models. Then I'll be just writing this backslashes here, write that to like crash net. And when you've done that, just I'll be now writing this backslash, then here I'll be writing 15856728840. Just write this underscore. So there it is different number. I was just thinking it was the same. So now when you've done that, just you have to come here, write that to 73812, then just write this semicolon, then move forward, write 0.00. And when you've done that, just here you can see there it is written 507. Then just I'll be writing 2 backslashes right here like model dot h5. So when you've done that, just I'll be now coming underneath, and you can see there it is written crash net equal. Then just I'll be coming here, and then I'll be just doing one thing like, I'll be coming here, write that to like load model, and then I'll be just changing that to like cn path. So just write that here. So when you've done with that, now just I'll be coming underneath, and when you've done that, just here we have to print something. So here I'll be now writing this print tag here, and here I'll be writing model loaded. So just write here. So now when you've done with that thing, just I'll be now writing this exclamation mark, and when you've done with that, just I'll be now coming here, and you can see there it is written threshold. So here I'll be now writing that. So when you've done with that thing, just here I'll be doing one thing like, I'll be coming here, and I'll be writing 0.075, and here I'll be now coming, and there it is written 095. So when you've done with that, just I'll be writing this hashtag here, and now I'll be writing error. So just write that. And when you've done with that, just I'll be moving forward, and you can see there it is written above this will, and then I'll be just moving forward, and then you can see there it is written considered. And then when you've done with that, just I'll be moving forward, and then you can see there it is written as warning. So just when you've done that, just I'll be now coming underneath, then you have to just do one thing like, write that to if underscore name, then I'll be writing underscore here, and when you've done with that, just here I'll be writing equal main and underscore here also, then semicolon come underneath. When you've done with that, just write here main, then just I'll be writing this bracket here. When you've done with that, just go to file and press save button. So when you've done with that thing, just you have to do one thing like, you have to move to this file, and you can see we have done till here. So when you've done that, just here I'll be now doing one thing like, I'll be coming underneath, just here also. And when you've done that, just move to this folder, and now I'll be just opening this train crash net.py file here by moving that to my PyCharm. And you can see we are just having these files. So now you have to do one thing here, like I'll be coming here, and you can see there it is written like data np load. So just you have to do one thing, like you have to come here, then you have to just do one thing, you have to just take this file. Okay, so I'll be now closing this. Then you have to just come here and just scroll down. Then you have to just write here like json underscore config. Then I'll be just writing this equal to model, and here I'll be writing dot 2. And when you've done with that, just here I'll be writing json. Then I'll be writing this bracket here. When you've done with that, just here I'll be writing indent equal 4. Now I will be just coming underneath, and then I'll be writing with open. And when you've done with that, just I'll be now writing this bracket here, and then I'll be just writing f, and here I'll be writing that to like base there. So when you've done that, just I'll be now coming here, and then here I'll be writing that to like base pair. And when you've done that, just I'll be now coming here, and then I'll be writing that to like this sign. But before that, I'll be now coming here, and you can see here it is written. So now I'll be coming writing two backslashes here, then write that to like model config. Then when you've done with that things here, I'll be now coming, then write that to like json. And when you've done that, just I'll be now coming here, write that to like comma w. And here when you've done with that thing, just I'll be now writing this here. So when you've done with that, just I'll be now coming here, write as f. And when you've written that, just now I will be coming underneath, then just write f dot write. Then I'll be now writing this bracket here. When you've done with that, just you have to write json config. So just write that here. When you've done with that, now here I'll be coming underneath, and here I'll be now just pressing backspace here, change that to like print. And you have to write here like model saved. So just I'll be writing that. So when you've done with that thing, just now here I'll be coming underneath, and when you've done with that, just here I'll be writing that to like loss equal. Then here I'll be moving forward, write that to like model underscore. Then I'll be just coming here, and you can see there it is written evaluate. So here I'll be writing that. And when you've done with that things, I'll be just moving here, and then when you've done with that thing, just here I'll be now coming, and here I'll be writing this. So when you've done with that here, so you have to do one thing, like write this right here like x underscore test comma. Then I'll be just moving forward, and you can see there it is written x test. And when you've done with that here again, so you have to do one thing, like just right here verbose equal. Then I'll be just changing that to like 0. So now I will be just coming underneath, and when you've done with that, just write here like print. And here I'll be just writing this bracket here. When you've done with that, just write here like results. And then I'll be just moving forward and changing that to like on test set 3 dots. And then you have to just come underneath, and when you've done with that, just you have to change that to like print f. And when you've done that, just I'll be coming writing that to like loss, and just I'll be writing this semicolon moving forward. Then just I'll be writing that to like loss here by in curly bracket. Then I'll be just writing 0.5 f. And when you've done with that, just I'll be now coming here, and here I'll be just changing that to like os.rename. Now I'll be just writing this bracket here, and when you've done that, just here I'll be writing base diff. And when you've done with that, just here I'll be now coming, then just changing that to like f. And then I'll be writing one string here, in which I'll be writing base diff. So when you've done with that, here I'll be now coming, then I'll be changing that to like loss. So just I'll be writing that. And when you've done that, just here I'll be now coming, then just you have to change that to like loss. Then I'll be writing this semicolon here, write 0.5 f. And here I'll be now coming, then I'll be changing that to like coming underneath, and then here I'll be writing print, and here I'll be writing done. So when you've done with that things, here you can see we have just defined that. So for doing that, you have to just go to file, press save all button to just save that thing. So when you've done with that, just here you have to do one thing. Now you have to run that, so it will be just given the answer, and you can just run that here. So simply just go to run, press run, and then you have to press this Google, then it will be running. You can see it will be take some time, then it will be just run. So you can just run that in your Excel file also if you want to. It will be just given all the backend data which you want to just work with your Google search engine. If I open my CSV file which I have linked with here, go back here, open this file, and this retail dataset.xlsx. Now I'll be just opening this file. You can see it is taking some time, because you can see now it is just opening all the data which I have just collected here in my this file, in this PyCharm file, which is just google.py. So I have just collect this from my Google search engine project in AI. I've just collected this data. You can also collect your own data here and create your own data to just collect here, and you can see what data you are just containing, and you can also check your data in your Python file if you want not to just extract the data in your Excel file. But if you do that, so it will be just given your protected file, and you can just check your data securely, because if you don't do that, so anyone can be just come here, any hacker of Python can come and just check your data, and it will be also store your data if you are working with any big project or any big company. So it will be taking all the data of you, so take care about that, like take it in Excel file, so it will be secure. You can see here it is also written protected view at the top of Excel file. So you can see like that you can just build your own Google search engine project in artificial intelligence in Python. So I hope you understand this project, and I hope you also enjoyed this project like original previous projects of Python in AI and data sciences. And I'll be also picking up some of the artificial intelligence and data sciences project in future, and I hope you'll be also enjoy that. And I'll be also building some of the clones and website which will be really helpful for you in your professional life. And if you want to become React developer, you can just check my React tutorial which I have just uploaded on my channel. You can also check my Python tutorial, and I've also worked with some of the HTML and CSS projects. You can also check that out. And if you want to learn JavaScript, you can also check a full stack JavaScript course which I have just uploaded, and also that projects which I have uploaded of JavaScript. So that will be really also really helpful if you want to learn JavaScript here. So just like that you can build that. So just I hope you understand that, and I hope you also enjoy this project, and just smash that like button here. So just I'll be meeting you next project. So for today, goodbye.